Welcome back, everyone. Today, we will be discussing a very important topic of Indian democracy, the Model Code of Conduct.
Schedule of the Lok Sabha poll, phase 1. We'll do it in 7 phases, as was done last time.
So, what exactly is the Model Code of Conduct? Let's break it down. The Model Code of Conduct, or MCC, is a set of guidelines laid down by the Election Commission of India to regulate the behavior of political parties and candidates during election. It aims to ensure fair play, transparency, and integrity in the electoral process. The MCC acts as a moral compass, guiding the parties and candidates to uphold the importance of the election. Now let us dive into the topic and have a detailed explanation of it. If we look at the data given by the Election Commission of India, the whole guideline is divided into 8 parts. It prohibits actions that could cause social tensions among different castes, communities, or religions. Criticism of opponents is limited to their political and public record, with personal attacks or unverified allegations are discouraged. Religious places must not be exploited for electoral purposes, and corrupt practices such as voter bribery are strictly prohibited. For conducting meetings during elections, political parties and candidates must inform local police authorities about the venue and time well in advance to facilitate traffic control and maintain peace. They must also check for any restrictive orders in force at the proposed location and away with them accordingly. If necessary, they should apply for exemption from such orders beforehand. Additionally, permission or license for the use of loudspeakers or other facilities must be obtained in advance. During meetings, organizers should seek assistance from on-duty police officers to handle any disturbances, refraining from taking direct actions against individuals themselves. When organizing processions during election campaigns, political parties and candidates must plan the starting time, route, and endpoint in advance, avoiding diversion from the program. They must inform local police authorities beforehand and obey with any restrictive orders or traffic regulations. To prevent traffic congestion, long procession should be organized in segments, with arrangement made for smooth passages at road junctions. Processions should be kept to the right of the road, following the guidelines of the on-duty police officers. In case of multiple parties or candidate planning processions on the same route, coordination must be established to avoid clashes or traffic disturbances. On polling day in India, political parties and candidates are required to cooperate with election officers to ensure peaceful and orderly voting, allowing voters to cast their ballots freely. They must provide authorized workers with suitable badges or identity cards, ensuring the identity slip given to voters contain no symbols or party affiliations. Liquor distributions is prohibited 48 hours before and on polling day. An unnecessary crowd near polling booth must be avoided. The Election Commission is appointing observers. If the candidates or their agents have any specific complaint or problem regarding the conduct of election, they may bring the same to the notice to the observer. The party in power, whereas at the center or state level, must refrain from using official resources or personals for election campaigning. Ministers are prohibited from combining official visits with election activities, and from utilizing government transport, machineries, or personnel for party purposes. Public spaces and facilities should be accessible to all parties and candidates on equal terms. Government accommodation like rest house must not be monopolized for campaigning purposes. Additionally, the misuse of public funds for advertisement is strictly prohibited. Furthermore, ministers and authorities are barred from making financial grants, promises, or ad hoc appointments that could influence voters in favor of the ruling party once elections are announced. The Election Commission, recognizing the significance of election manifesto in democracy, but aware of their potential to influence election, has issued guidelines. These guidelines emphasizes the importance of ensuring that manifesto to follow constitutional principles, refrain from making promises that might unduly move voters, and provide transparency regarding the fulfillment of pledges. Furthermore, the Commission has mandated that manifesto should not be released during the prohibition period specified in the Representation of the People Act 1951 to uphold fairness in the electoral process. The MCC comes into force immediately when the election schedule is announced by the Election Commissioner and remains into operation till the election process is completed. The Model Code of Conduct applies to all Lok Sabha, State Assembly and State Legislative Council elections, as well as local body elections. It is enforced nationwide during general elections and in the specific states holding Legislative Assembly elections. All organizations, committees, corporations and commissioners funded wholly or partially by the center or state must follow the Model Code of Conduct, while listed political parties and candidates are obligated to follow the MCC. Non-political organizations conducting campaigns in support of a political party or candidate must also obey the specific guidelines. Complaints regarding election should be reported to election observers, returning officer, local magistrate, chief election officer, or the election commissioner. Any directive issued by these authorities must be strictly followed. In conclusion, the Model Code of Conduct plays a crucial role in ensuring the integrity and fairness of the election in India. It applies not only to political parties and candidates but also to organizations funded by the government. The MCC provides clear guidelines for conduct during campaigns and prohibits activities that could challenge the democracy process. Along with the EC, it is the duty of every citizen of this nation to keep a check on the election procedures. India will host the world's largest democratic festival this year, so let your voice be heard. Every eligible citizen must step out and cast their vote on the polling day. It is not just a right, it is a responsibility, a chance to shape the future of the nation. Your vote is your power to make a difference, to stand up for what you believe in, and to contribute to the collective voice of our democracy. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Make your mark, make a difference, and let your vote count. Thank you.